Gen Z political commentator and co-founder of Off the Record USA, Carson Carpenter. So Carson, how are Gen Z conservatives feeling about these strikes against Iran?
Yeah, like I said about a week and a half ago on the show, Matt, Gen Z is not in favor of the decision to go into Iran. They're actually very against it. We saw the crude oil prices jump over the weekend, and they've now come back down because of some of the messaging of the administration saying that the war is almost over. But I would have to say that Gen Z's resolve about this issue hasn't changed one bit, if at all, because of the impacts on daily life, the impacts on our economy, the impacts on everything else. That was the point I made a week and a half ago on this program, and I'll still make today, because Gen Z's way of living is still in a bigger threat because of this conflict than it ever has been before. And I believe that President Trump is looking to make a quick resolve to this disagreement, as I guess we could call it in the Middle East. But Gen Z, again, just is truly against the decision to go into Iran, especially because of civilians dying, among other factors in our domestic life as well.
Yeah, we did speak before the strikes, as I recall, and after a strike, there's always this rally around the flag effect. Have you noticed any of that among your generation?
Yeah, I believe so. I think that even the people that are against this war, against this conflict in Iran, whatever you want to call it at this point, there's still a patriotic feeling. Yeah, it definitely is a war by this point. And so I believe that my generation is still patriotic about this country and would go serve if there is any other circumstances that arise. But I believe that we definitely don't want to see that. And I believe that the president has a big decision to make this week, whether we actually do weigh putting boots on the ground. I've heard that behind the scenes. And then we also have the decision to just pull out and almost forget what has already happened, which is the bombing of 7 other Middle Eastern countries that were completely innocent in this fight. So it's going to be interesting, the messaging this week.
Yeah, the Lindsey Graham, senator from South Carolina, spoke directly to this issue of potential boots on the ground. Let's take a listen and get your reaction.
I go back to South Carolina. I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast.
So do you think that if political candidates are asking people in America to send their sons and daughters to the Middle East, that it might turn folks against the Republican Party?
Absolutely. It's the same hypocrisy that we saw with Ukraine under Biden, and even with Israel and Palestine under Biden, of not sending our sons and daughters off to war to fight for another country, whether that be in the Middle East with Israel or in Eastern Europe with Ukraine. That same principle should hold effect. And we've just seen with the Republican Party, and especially the neocon side of things with Lindsey Graham and some of these other figures, saying that your sons and daughters should go fight in a war and die for another country, is the most unpatriotic and un-American thing that I've heard. And anybody who says differently, I just don't believe them, because they are more loyal to a political party or a person than they are to their country.
Well, what is compelling about your indictment is that it is a bipartisan one. You aren't taking a partisan position. You're talking about the mistakes that were made during the Biden administration, and certainly the flawed statements from Senator Graham there. Carson Carpenter, thanks as always for joining us and sharing your perspective.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Some of the left-wing media are freaking out over this new contract between us at OANN and YouTube TV.
It's dangerous that One America News is being platformed on such a large digital streaming pay TV provider. You're freaking out about the fact that people have choice. You know, like, people can't be allowed to hear what they have to say. OAN is not the only channel on YouTube TV. There's like dozens of them. So if you don't like what's being said here, we hope you stay, but there's many other things going on in the world. This is how the left operates, Alicia. They operate in censorship. Mm-hmm. They don't believe in choice and letting people do their own homework. This is the way the authoritarian left works. They don't believe in choice because they don't like the fact that we don't live in the 1960s anymore with 3 networks and your local newspaper.
We have to respect freedom of the press, the First Amendment, free speech. Remember that.
I want to begin tonight by welcoming and thanking all of our new viewers on YouTube TV. Overnight, One America News welcomed a potential 9.4 million new viewers on YouTube TV. So on behalf of everyone here at OAN, welcome to One America News. We are incredibly excited to have you.
This will allow all YouTube TV subscribers to enjoy 16 hours of live news coverage every single day, as well as all of AWE's lifestyle, travel, and family programming, and it will be available in YouTube TV's baseline package. Now, the Vice President and Global Head of Media at YouTube, Justin Connolly, said this about it. Our goal has always been to provide our subscribers with a wide range of content, which is why we're excited to bring One America News to YouTube TV. This partnership gives One America News access to our growing audience, while also giving our subscribers even more choice when it comes to news and entertainment. And we here at The Real Story are extremely grateful for the opportunity to now reach a wider audience. And we're also grateful for the time you give us each and every single day. And we're excited for the future at this amazing network.